And unity is so powerful. They say, you know, where there's unity, there is power.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always mean you agree.
No.
It doesn't mean you agree on everything. It doesn't mean you're always on the same page, but it means you're on the same mission, like you said.
Yeah.
And it was actually quite funny. Recently, we went on a little 2-night getaway, and we flew on a very small plane to get to this little place. And I hate flying, hate it. Like, I don't like it. I just feel, especially the bumps.
A small plane is very bumpy.
And it's my real prayer warrior time. I'm just praying in tongues the whole time. And anyway, on the way back, it was a late afternoon flight, and there's just more clouds, and there's more storms and things brewing. And we had a disagreement before we left. And so I'm like, you know, you can just sit over there, and I'm just going to sit here, and I will pray by myself. And I'm praying in tongues, and I'm praying in tongues, and then the bumps started to get worse. And I'm like, just
Josh,
give me your hand right now. And then as I was doing that, I was just realizing immediately that was power. Because we immediately just joined in unity, even though we weren't on the same page and we had a disagreement, and I was a little mad with him still. It was like, in that moment when you're facing a storm and you're facing an issue, it doesn't matter. We are unified, and there is power in our covenant, and we have to come together. And literally, when you get off the plane, it's like, you know, like, what was I really mad about? Anyway.
Oh, but this is so cool that you say this. I think there's so much, something we need to choose, like, almost every day. What are our priorities? What's our mission? Because there are certain priorities, and then we find ourselves being mad about things which actually don't matter. And at the end of the day, I always just loved the organized things. You know, I love to zoom out and look at our marriage. What's really important? What do I leave? I mean, just a while ago, our daughter, the oldest, is 14. She's really, of course, at the age where you see the boys, and you know, they see you. And can I have a boyfriend? No, not yet. You know, what do I feel about that? What do I want in a boy? You know, they're busy with it. And then she looked at us, and she said, really, a few times, you guys are so cute and so sweet. I also want to have that when I'm married. I'm thinking, a teenager, I mean, a teenager saying something positive about the parents is already a miracle, you know? And then to see that in us, I think, hey, mission accomplished. This is what we want to pass on to our kids, because I know when they see my husband treating me with respect, see him loving me, see me treating him with respect, not talking nasty to the kids about him. Although sometimes I think, because he's so different, you know. I mean, he's really like my oldest, and my youngest is like me in the character, you know. So sometimes I can just look at my youngest, and with our looks, we can just like mock them down a bit, like they don't get us, you know. And that's not good, you know. It's just we need to respect him. And show that to the girls, show that to your kids, show that to the environment around you, you know. Respect them, that's the most important.
Absolutely.
There's a Romanian saying, don't wash, I don't know if it's also English, but don't wash your laundry out there in the open.
No.
Do it at home. It's your dirty underwear,
and not
it's
with
your
your
dirty
kids
laundry.
either.
No,
we
do
have
it
to protect,
alone.
each other.
Yeah.
For their sakes, for them to have a healthy marriage one day.
Yeah, they need to see. Also, we need to keep our priorities right, you know. So every time you go into an argument, every time you sweat about the small stuff, just zoom out. Think, I mean, the time we're living in, only thinking about the people in Ukraine, I can just start crying when I see these kids, when I see these marriages broken, and think, you know, you're in an argument. What if your husband dies the next day? You know, of course we're Christians, we have faith, you know, he's not going to die, you know. But what if something happens, you know, and that's the last thing you did? You know, what's important?
Yeah, was it more important to be right, or to just actually give him a hug and a kiss and tell him you loved him?
Exactly. So how cool it is when you are living with that awareness, you know, what if this is your last day? And I don't mean it nasty. I mean, you will go to heaven anyway,
but it's so
you know?
true, and it's not to live in fear. It's not to go, oh my gosh, you could die tomorrow, and we're so scared of dying. But we actually should live like every day is our last day, because we will live differently. We will love differently.
Yeah, you would make love every day.
Yeah. you make the most of your
Yeah.
relationship,
Yeah.
of your life, of your children, and that's very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing.
What if that's the last thing your child sees before you go to heaven?
Yeah.
You know, and that's the last thing your child saw before they're left without parents. You know,
Yeah.
of course it's not going to happen, but living like that is going to put your marriage really in a different spot.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Cody. I just really appreciate everything
I loved it.
that you've shared, and just so much wisdom. And I just love that we're on mission together
Together. Yeah.
in marriage. And actually, that's such a new perspective
Our
for me
mission,
to hear together with your husband. So I pray that you have been able to take away something from this talk for you, for your marriage, for your future. So yeah, look out for Word Wednesday next time. See you there.